Hello, good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is Monday, April 29th. It is 9:46 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. Now I'm sorry late. I was attending Jim's webinar, and also I thought there was going to be, you know, I didn't have any intentions to trade, but as the opening was getting close, it looked like there was something going on there. And particularly when in the market opened, I was bought exactly from this high here. Just to this high, man. Um, what followed was very emotional buying here, but mechanical as well. And having a consideration what we had, you know, last night. And also, if you check this overnight from this day, there was no counteraction to this inventory. All right. Oh, and we have some sort of short coverage, but this short coverage profile, with the one we have here, is very very different to the one we had here. All right, very different. They look the same, but the days, it's not just the shape of the profile, but how the day is made. All right. Now, coming back into previous day range, puts my side in the opposite side of the range right away. But first, the market has to deal with the overnight. That's the first thing the market has to do. Nasdaq had something here. It's a very heavy selling or buying happening here, right? What was going to happen? This is within the odds, but there was going to be a strong rally coming out of this buying or selling, whatever it was, or a break, right? I wasn't looking to the upside because what we have in the previous day was really there is nothing up here that can hold the market that can offers any kind of resistance to this market. But the market just was doing the rally was really bad. Once the market starts to break, the next thing is where this market can be going to. And Saddle was some sort of logical reference here. Um, I hope you got something there, and now this was the opportunity, all right? A counteraction. This is a counteraction. Once the most of the inventory has been rebalanced, that's it, right? Can we see here all of this long inventory? What do we have below this low, for example? We don't have much, right? The bulk of this is up here. Now, but this is the next thing is traders will start to see this. What happened here? The market is breaking, blah 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 blah. Let's go short. The day is to the downside. But notice where Settle is. Settle is up here. This reference has been is not a reference anymore. Has been corrected. We have 2 in the lower side, and now we have penetration. The other thing that I was looking is this. It's penetration of the upper range. Now the penetration has been rejected so far. Value is higher, and the day is still to the upside. Notice where value is, where Settle is. Very questionable low. Though. And another, I think, important thing is when the bond market opened, it is an upside day relative to the close, right? Or seller, but it started to break. It has some weakness in the opening. It is an inside day, so there's not much there. The 30-year bond opened with a gap and now has come back inside previous day range. Yeah, to a day that looked like a long liquidation. My bad. It didn't look like a long liquidation. It's just a rotational day that was we had on Friday over there. Now This was the trade. So this is it. Right? There's no more here. No more. This trade has been completed. No. What's next? I don't know. I don't know what's next. I don't know what's next here. For me, you know, when you start having or imagining scenarios in your mind, try to do. I mean, my suggestion is try to imagine to begin. Try to do at least three, right? What this thing will do, what this will do, uh, what you want to try to achieve is to remain neutral, right? And when you have several scenarios in mind, I say at least three because one will be to the upside, the other one to the downside, and the other one neutral, right? It gives you, it will give you some, it will kind of like gives you some room to operate. Okay? If the market doesn't do what you expect to do, what you're thinking it may do, you won't be paralyzed because you know that there are some other things the market can do. And the market doesn't have to do what you want, what I want the market to do. I may want something, I may be ready to do something, may be ready to go short or to go long, but the market will not do that. The market will not adapt to what I wanted. I am the one that has to adapt to the market. And that's just one scenario. And market profiles help us, give us some idea what's going on. Right? We have some sort of short covering day on Friday. Very bad shape. Though it's not as conclusive as this day, for example. It was very clear. Quite different than Friday. And also, what do we have tomorrow? What do we have Wednesday? What do we have on Thursday? Okay, and what do we have on Friday as well? While markets are always forward looking, you have to consider that too. Now, the bigger picture is in the daily time frame. We have these two big ranges, one big range in the upper side and one smaller one, but considerable as well. In the lower side, we have these 3, 6, 8, 9 days in the lower side. This is gap here. It's not a gap properly, right? But let me go. This was a reference to me before, this level here. Above this, there's nothing. There's no volume, there's nothing holding the market that can offer any kind of resistance to whatever the market wants to do if if there is something serious to the upside. And the market first, just come right to there and break. The second time, the first time, that's kind of like I don't want to say normal, right? But usually happen. The first time is either bought or sold, right? When it's to the downside, sold. When it's to the upside, bought. The first time. Now we have penetration. We had penetration on Friday, and today, what this market is having penetration in the upper range. What is this upper range? You might think, what the heck is that? This one, see, this one, and this one. It's like 16 days and 8, 9 days in here. Here more. And what I was watching, what I was monitoring here, is the ability once Friday took this high, the ability of the market to close this distribution on Friday. It didn't, it didn't. It was rather sold from this trend line. I had this trend line before this high here. I was sold right from that one. Now, what is happening? It's being bought, right? It can be bought. It can be bought. It can be bought from this. Will it be? Who knows, man? I have no idea. And that's why you do your homework. That's very important to do our homework. To put things in context. Notice how the market has stalled now. It did it with some conviction. When it started to struggle, stall here, it came back, took this one, and keep going lower, 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 lower. Right, and now, just a couple minutes before the next period, look at how it is right now. Is this going to be, now the next question is this going to be a trend day to the downside? Is this going to be a rotation? Because right now, value is higher. Let me see what do we have. What kind of news do we have today? We don't have nothing today. PMI tomorrow, consumer confidence tomorrow, ADP, Wednesday. We have FOMC on Wednesday as well, and most important, Chairman Powell. Fed Chair press conference at 2:30. We also have PMI, ISM, JOLTS. There's a lot of things actually. I believe we have Amazon on Tuesday and Apple on Thursday as well. The weekly jobless on Thursday. I am watching those news, those releases as well, because the market, and the reason why I'm watching is because the market is showing reaction to those, to the weekly. And the last one, the most important, I think, employment situation, non-farm payrolls on Friday. Also, we have ISM that day at 10 a.m. There's a lot of things actually during this week. It's very, very close to the PLC. This can be very well counter-reaction to overnight inventory. And the thing of trading is, we have to stay. I had a trade here early. A couple of trades actually. Actually, I have. Let me see how many trades I have, because I was doing here. I have 4 trades. I have 4 trades. One. And all of them to the downside. Okay, I was stopped 2 times. I was stopped out. Not stop. I closed my trades because they weren't working. But then when I re-entered, the 3rd time I re-entered, it worked. And then I added to that trade, and that was it. Once I was watching Nasdaq too. Once Nasdaq reached 0, this market took overnight PLC, held back, and it didn't get over here. That was it on this market. That's it. That was a trade. What is going to be next? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. And this is trading, right? This is what trading is. I can be here for hours, something days, and see nothing, right? And when we try to when we see nothing and try to force a trade, that's when things tend to go south. And I have no intention. To do any trade today. I was surprised really because I was watching Jim's webinar. No, when he said that, right? When he said he has no plans to do any kind of trade. I hope you also have watched his webinar. And YouTube also you have a weekly update, and from this is the weekend update, right? Notice what you have here, and by itself you can see this. What the heck is this, right? Coming down, coming up, down. Everybody can see that. But why you put these arrows here? We were talking about this the whole week, right? The whole week when the market was down here, actually, we were talking when the market was bought from the 5,000, I believe. What was it? Yeah, for the 5,000, right? Yeah, for the 5,000. When the market was down here, we started to think about this, the potential, right? The potential of trade or range. And what this market does is, right, it creates, it forms a range with, which is an area where two-way trade can take place. When the market reaches the opposite side, with this, we were looking at this high as a potential edge, of the range. The next thing is, and it didn't have upside continuation here, and the market comes back in here and opens up here, takes this one for a couple of ticks and comes back in, the potential destination is the opposite side of this line. Right? And that's why you have this. That's why you have this arrow here. This one. Yeah. That's one trade, one movement. In this case, it's not a day, it's not an intraday, but a daily time frame. And the next thing is, it doesn't reach it, right? It doesn't have to reach. It was bought from the 100. And then the next thing, what is the next thing here? If this side is not reached, the next thing is the opposite side of that range, right? Now we are out of balance. This market right now is out of balance relative to this range. The market has dealt with this range and now is dealing with the upper range, which is also, which I believe is a bigger one as well, actually. And what I'm doing here is applying balance guidelines. And that's the reason beforehand I decided not to do anything today. Okay, today right here, if there is something balanced also, when we have these kind of trades that are coming from this kind of guidelines, the balance, this can be what at least until it's defined when we have this bigger range, when we have direction, that's when it becomes it becomes better. But it is for me, it was for me like, actually it is, in what I call this no man land here, this dead area. What another thing that can happen here is also, and you see this quite often as well. Then we have these two areas, right? Let me screenshot this thing. And this happens in the intraday a lot, right? The daily also, but it takes more time. We have a profile here. If you take these days, you will have something like this and something like this here, right? Oh. Right? Little bit of excess at the bottom, no excess at the high. And what happens in the market, can do this. Right? There's one something. It's not unusual to see these kind of things. In these areas, they start to build value here, and then after value is built here, the market can come back in here, or it can come back into this one, in this range, on this one. And that's when the trades comes, right? It is either penetration and acceptance or penetration and rejection. If there's penetration and acceptance, the opposite side of the range. If it's the rejection, the destination, the potential destination is the opposite side of the other one. Now, today, coming back to today, we say, right, this is the trade or whatever, right? What was happening to the upside, the buying coming exactly from this high, now is the opposite. It's coming from, the selling is coming from that high. What are the odds, for example, in this market that this selling, this high, is going to stay there? You will have holdback right there. What kind of traders do that, for example, right? What are the odds of that high being a lasting one? Are low, right? Are low, really. The same thing that happened to the buyers at the opening, now it can happen to the sellers, right? And the references we use now are not that we were using before. And the first movement this market have. Do we have a trade here? I don't know. Right? Do I have a trade to the outside? I don't know. Do I want to be part of it? Me, and this is very, very personal. Okay, this is very personal. This is the type of trader I am. I don't want to do anything here. I don't want to do it. I'd rather wait, let the market settle, let the dust settle, see what the market is trying to do, and if I see something, then I can do something. But I don't see anything here. That's the thing. I don't see anything here. Traders are trying to buy this market based on what happened on Friday. Now, what they're doing, they're selling. You know, they failed, they were crushed, they were forced to liquidate, and now the direction to the downside, right? Let's sell it. You know, this market is to the upside. Today we have an upside market. This is interesting in NASDAQ. The only weak reference it had. Yeah. Oh, I didn't see this one. Gosh. I closed my trade here. I didn't see. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, this has been corrected, right? But what I believe this thing is doing, you know, don't forget these 3 lows here. 1, 2, 3. We got 4 now. What this thing is doing is adding more value just on top of this one. So this one's here, the rights here, remain, the buyers remain, and we have supply here. Is this going to be an inside day? I mean, inside bar. Notice that I am how emotional I got when I saw those lows. Okay. This reference here in the upper side. Let's open this again. Okay. Weak, right? But notice the correction. These are long gone now. These shorts are long gone. So this is not. But these ones, the longs, still remain here. And what kind of longs? Right? What kind of longs is the question. The ES has something similar, has a repel. These ones are long gone. It didn't take these ones out. Notice what we have in the lower side, right? This one here and this one here. Right from this high. Very mechanical. Right from this high. It wasn't held back at the time. It was held back here when the market Actually, it's also really close to halfback, right? When the market has upside extension probably was here halfback. No, it's very questionable too. But let's see, right? What the bond market is doing now. How the market is reacting. Yeah, nah, that market is lot of overlapping there. Very low volume. This is what I say about the bond market. It's far from the lows. A lot of chop here. Look at this. Look at what's happening. Russell buying from the 100. The Dow also buying from the 100. This is not good, man. Nasdaq. Huh. Nasdaq is actually doing the same thing that the market, the ES has did, right? It's trying to get in. It's trying to get in here in this area. Yeah? The ES has already closed these distributions and had some penetration into this one. There's a lot of short inventory here. The buying, okay, buying, mechanical buying here. I don't see a trend here, but I can see this one, buying from this. I'm not trying the thing is, when I watch this, these are just observations, okay? That keep adding to that I keep gathering. And I try to speak out loud about those ones. Uh, because for me, that's a good way. That's a good way to engrave, to memorize them, those ones, or to put them in the background. If anything happens, I can remember those little pieces of information. Now this high is not good. Not too many traders have this, 16-day range low here. But notice Nasdaq. exactly from Friday high, man. Why are you there? Okay. This is not good for selling, not good for me, from my point, from my taste, right? I mean, I have a trade, right? I have a trade. I had my, I can say I had my day today. So why, why, you know, looking for trades is just ruin what you have, right? What you have made. If you have any questions, please let me know. Any comments are greatly appreciated. There's nothing wrong or right here in this business. It all is matter of perspective. It's all matter of perspective. You know what? I'm going to put Nasdaq here. Let me do this smaller. Just like that. I'm going to put that because I think this can be. I want to see this market too. Come on, where are you? All right. Very questionable here. Um, I do this sometimes. We have these four indices, major indices: the Russell, the Dow, Nasdaq, and ES, right? The major for me are Nasdaq, ES, Nasdaq, and Dow in that order. And sometimes we have a leading market, a market that shows the pace, right? There can be nothing going on in the other markets, but one has a strength or one of those one has a weakness. And what the other two do sometimes is just follow the leader, right? They trade in sympathy. I'm not saying that's the case today. Right now, for example, this is very mechanical. This market is very mechanical here. Systematic buying going on here. This is more efficient. And the Dow, I don't have data for the Dow. What I do with Dow is I usually have a small 30 minutes chart here like this on the side. What do we have here? Market open. Oh, this is stronger actually. Market open. Wait a minute. This market open down here, right? It's single putting its way out the previous day, right? Huh. This is the strongest here. The Dow. Now the thing is, it has come back too far, too much, too far back into this range, right? Into this bar here, almost to the opening. Yeah, right there. Yes, no, there's nothing here. A very treacherous market right now. All right, inside bar, potentially inside bar here. Low volume. The weakest, based on these charts, on the daily charts, the weakest for me is the Dow here. This is the one that has bigger odds or better odds or lower odds or upside. Has better odds of some kind of retracement here, or at least to correct this 100 here. The strongest seems to be the ES, and the one with higher potential is the Nasdaq. I don't have anything right now. Nothing here. The pieces of information that this market is giving us so far, the selling. Look at Nasdaq, where Nasdaq is selling from. Right? It was selling from previous half back. Now it's selling from yesterday's or Friday's high. And this market has a stall right now. It's very, very low, very slow. Tempo is really bad right now. The sign of conviction. Does this market has conviction or something? Right? I don't think so. So, one trade that I used to be really focused for a while, when I started to trade, when I started with Jim, is this kind of rebalancing that happen at the end of the day. When we have this kind of trading, this kind of actions, and also other things that I can watch. But this is a potential. Yeah, the day has just opened. And look at how deep into the day I'm thinking. Right? I'm thinking about the closing. um, that's just one potential trade that can happen, right? And what I would like to see, for example, for something like that is this market start to break, right? Start going lower and lower and lower, but remains higher. Value remains higher, or value doesn't move inside this value, but the market keeps going lower. Okay, the, then I I may see, right? I may see to the upside some sort because of value. Now, something else I have noticed from this market, since since the market reached this low, the 5,000, we have considerable amount of blocks here after the close. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen any, no these days, no this one have had anything like that. Which for me is an indication of what kind of trader that there's no bigger, this movement is not attracting bigger traders. I'm not saying it's going to be like that forever, but trading is about change. Things can change. Just I don't know. Maybe at the end of the week is different. We have a lot of events this week that can bring uncertainty or can clear the panorama, can clear the view. Yeah, but any of the events that we have today or this week, any of those can change the market, has potential to change the market. Now look at what happens here. This is just dry here. It's dry here. Right? One of the exercises I did, I remember is, I got a setup, right? So setup, quote unquote setup, right? When I see something, take your trade. And the exercise was kind of like about do this for 20 times. Right? When you have a strategy and your strategy calls for a trade, right? If something happens or you see something, just do it. Right? Regardless, just do it. The exercise was this thing, right? We have some movement, directional movement, the actions to the upside, the market dries here, boom, that's a short. Right? It can fail, or you can have something, but the exercise is go and take the trade. I did that because I was very anxious, right? Is this going to work? And many times I didn't take a trade. And those kind of exercises help to build confidence, to reduce anxiety. It's unbelievable how it works. This also comes from Brett Steenbarger, from Dr. Brett Steenbarger. He says something that you probably hear somewhere else before is, iron is molded or forged when it's hot, right? If you have some habits that you want to replace, talking about the habit, planning what to do, it's not going to do anything. You have to do something about that. And when I realized is when I had those high levels of anxiety, when I was really anxious, that's when I needed to do something. And that's why I decided to do that exercise. Tom Hogarth, David, I don't know, David Prince, I don't know what his last name. Mark Douglas also, you know, Brett Simbarger have that exercise. And, and they all say the same thing, right? Somewhere, you know, maybe around the seventh time, the 11th time the, you do the exercise, you will see something changing. I didn't believe that. It's kind of, but it's unbelievable how it happens. It just happens. Okay, you become calmer. You can see actually. You can see the market. You can see the market, uh, and you can see yourself also. It was very helpful. I did the exercise. I think 2 times, right? And I used it the first time. I used this kind of call it signal, right? The signal. That's not the way how I trade, but for the exercise, I decided to do that. This is a signal, and do that, right? This is a short, okay? And the second time, the second exercise was different. The strategy, I started to use my strategy actually. No, that is most based on feelings, right? Most based on feelings, on intuition. I don't have some specific things that need to happen, all right? But this can be one, for example. Right? Friday, we have this. We have overnight inventory, long in Friday. Like I was checking. I remember what happened the previous day, what happened here, and what happened here as well. You know? These huge movements after earnings. I guess one was after Netflix, or I don't remember, but the other one, the last one was Google. And you know, traders were. I thought that well, if this gap is not closed, this is a low, right? This is a low. Basically, not I wasn't watching the overnight inventory, but what I what I did here was I was reacting, I was planning, thinking on the traders, what other traders may be thinking here. You know, we have another gap. This market is going to close the gap again, right, and have a big break. That's what I thought most traders would think. And when the market didn't have downside continuation here, it came back into the single place and didn't have anything here. That's a long. That was a long. No, I don't have anything, right? As you can see, I don't have anything. I don't have what reference do you have here? I don't have. I didn't have anything. And it was based in another kind of thing, and that's the way how discretionary trading works. Right? You put things in context. And what was in this case? What was location? This trade has location, very close to 5100 as well. The market getting too close to this 5100, that was a sign of trade was becoming risky, and maybe it wasn't going to work. Now, right now, we have an inside bar, and this is, look at this. This is an inside bar. The trades go with the breakout of the inside bar. Right? This is my stop. I don't want the market to come back inside. But this is it just came, but no, this is not good. Now, this is seems to me like this market now is the leading. Is leading. This one has the biggest potential here. Now we have direction. Okay, the direction is confirmed. Value is higher. We have breakout of this inside bar. Let's see if we have continuation. What do we have for continuation here? Maybe I don't want to see the market stopping on the opening, right? It's kind of stalling. It is the second time it comes back inside this range. If I was long here, I will be closing now. It doesn't mean that this market cannot rally, but that's the way how I do things. And you don't have to be the same as I am. This market has no confidence, man. There is nothing here. There's nothing here. Let me add some. Oh, I hate when this happens. Look at this. This is a weak high. This is a weak high as well. Another weak high up here. There's nothing up above that can prevent, right, or can offer any kind of resistance for this market. So if this is a confident market, this shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. And to sustain, to sustain the movement that we have here. Oh, I hate this. Alright. Unless you have any questions, unless there is any questions, as case I am going to call it a day. It is 10:34. a.m. Watch out here. Watch out. This is a breakout of the inside bar here. This is a breakout of the inside bar. The breakout is in the direction of the trend. We have a short term. You have a daily time frame that is trending higher. We have one time frame higher here, right? 1, 2. This is the second day. Now, this market can come all the way down to here and still be a day to the upside. How many times, man? How many times the market has come back inside this range, man? If I got a long here, I have not. The market is giving me like bunch of opportunities here. You know what? This is the thing, right? The trade may be working, right? I may be positive or whatever, but the way how this market is doing, is doing things here. It's just telling me, get out there, get out there. It's just giving you so many, has given you so many opportunities to leave, to close here. And the thing is, if I am positive, the trade is working, but I just don't like how the market is is what the market is doing today. It just has no conviction, right? If I decide, if I decide, if I decide to keep the trade, keep the long, and I have a positive, have profits out of that trade, that would be that for me would be I will record that as a bad decision that has good outcome. Now, based on what happened here, and this market, I would think. I would consider this as a short-term reference for today. This area here. In the market, this can be an area. If the market takes this area, that would be long. Look at that. Look at what it's buying here. I guess, but the movement right now, right? We have a long here. The action is to the upside, right? It's bad. It's not looking good, but it's to the upside. The potential destination of this trade can be this area here. As long as this low remains, the action is still to the upside. Now, I have decided not to be part of this. I don't want to do anything with this market, with this movement. Oh, by the way, this is not a reference anymore. What we say about this, remember what we say about this reference in NASDAQ? This week shorts have been removed, and now we have the weak longs that remain. We have another push to the downside. You know, the market just give you so many opportunities to close your trade here. Now, is the market? I haven't seen this kind of days. I mean, something like this in a while. The market does this, does this. I haven't seen that in a while. Notice how this movement just dries here. It doesn't attract volume. We have longs here. Longs trying to boost the market higher. Got more longs here. And then the liquidation on these longs. Oh, look at this, huh? All right. I wish you guys a really wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. If I see anything, I would put, I would just post. I will use Discord to post whatever I can see if there is anything. All right. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.